Okay, welcome to the stream, you guys. I'm only 8 minutes late. Just 8. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Oh, wow. 46. Hello, BCG. How you doing, Your Highness? My flock. Great to see you. B. We got everybody here. Tina Marie. Cheryl. Everybody. Mission Squirrel. Addie Clark. T. I'm always definitely being nefarious. There's no other logic. Of course I am. Today I have Tether went live at like 7 in the morning this morning, and it was pretty unhinged live. It was pretty crazy. So I have that, but also Cassie, the lady. Actually, is my mic good? Hold on, let me just check one thing. So Cassie, the lady. Yeah, why isn't it auto adjusting? That should be better. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know if it's all right. Responded in the comments section. Oh, I have to actually pull it up for you. Whoops. Ta-da. They said, sorry I couldn't make it. My daughter got hit by a car. She's in the hospital. And here's proof since people think I'm a liar. But I don't know what the proof is. She did send me pictures of 2 cars crashed together, but I don't really want to show that because that doesn't seem like the right thing to do. But if she gave me those pictures to specifically show, I need clarification though first. Could I show them? I guess she could show them as well though. She has a YouTube channel and everything. And then yeah, you guys are already like talking to her, so there's that. So that was the reason apparently that Cassie wasn't here or couldn't call in or do any of that. It's because her daughter was in a car crash, supposedly, allegedly. It's for entertainment. I don't know. Is it for entertainment purposes only? I don't know. That's what she said on the public replies. So if anyone want an update on that, there you go. She's still welcome to call in if she wants. Once her daughter's okay, obviously. Anyway, so here's the live stream from Heather this morning. And let's just get into it. Trying to see if there's...
Besides the fact that you should just always treat a woman, the creator of humans other than God, the one actual womb, 36 weeks pregnant, her womb, let me say that again, 36 weeks pregnant.
So right off the bat, we're already like really pissed. This is the beginning of the stream. Yeah, just someone with a womb, all right? Just because I have a womb.
A whole entire baby, human being, the one who uses her womb to give life. Women should just be treated differently.
Okay. So I was told that this was all because she disagreed with one of her motivational speakers because she listens to like Gary Vee, Tony Robbins. She like references them in here. And this guy named Abraham Hicks, I'm not familiar with him, but apparently he said like, if your life is fucked up, this is it in a nutshell, then you're to blame for your life being fucked up. So you should probably take accountability, get your shit together. And then she went crazy. She was like, I'm going to go Morpheus style in my tent with the lights. I mean, like, I kind of like the lights. I know BCG doesn't like the lights, but I think the lights are pretty fancy. She probably could spend it on better things.
When they're pregnant, most certainly not.
Abraham Hicks is a woman? Is Abraham a chick's name now?
Held in a fucking tent like a hostage for a full year. Every cry for assistance ignored. Calls to the FBI, calls to law enforcement, blatantly written off like they never existed. You want to talk about gaslighting? You're
trying to gaslight everyone to thinking people are holding you in this tent against your will, or you can't get out of it or something. I see you walking around, Heather. I see you running around banging on churches' doors and stuff, and other fun activities. You can leave the tent anytime you want.
This is Heather Gillespie, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know we were listening to Heather Gillespie. It is dark. I'll give her that.
You want to talk about gaslighting? What is gaslighting? When you're in the presence of a fucking liar and they sit there and lie and lie and lie, and even when they're presented with the truth, they stick to their lie. One of two reasons for gaslighting. One, ego. They're a proud motherfucker and they're evil.
Some of you might be asking, like, do you think Xavier's there? Or do you think he's left? He's there. He's like trying to sleep. Probably. And Heather's just off to a crazy start. She's having a crazy morning.
Number two, they can't breathe. Someone is extorting them, standing on their neck, or threatening their lives or the lives of the people that they love into silencing them or into telling false truths. Those are the two reasons for gaslighting. So make sure you at least look into which one you're dealing with. One is a nefarious son of a bitch. The other one is genuinely not stuck between a rock and a hard place. That second one is in a vice grip. That second one is having his lungs pummeled.
I'm trying to like wrap my head around this. Abraham Hicks is an intellectual spirit who teaches through vibration and uses a woman named Esther as his vessel. Is Abraham Hicks not real? Are you saying that they're like a ghost? And Esther, so wait, Esther's a chick. Abraham Hicks is a guy who talks through Esther. I don't know. That sounds pretty crazy.
I'm sick of talking about this shit. I'm 36 weeks pregnant. You guys can go back here on YouTube. You can go back on Facebook. You can go back on Instagram. You can go back on TikTok. You can go back on Snapchat. You can go back on Twitter. There is documented evidence in the form of my own testimony, written testimony, recorded testimony from law enforcement, as well as other people involved, witnesses, video and photo evidence of every single occurrence that I have discussed. Every single time I've been raped, every single time someone has broken into my home, attempted to break into my home, or robbed me. Every time I've woken up and my purse has been rifled through. Every time I've woken up and the area, either in my apartment or in the tent or wherever we are, has been changed or rearranged. Never any legal warrants being presented. Never any reason. And by reason,
Heather always wants a reason for why these things are happening. She thinks it's just all random up until this point. Or it's Dylan's fault. Usually it's Dylan's fault. But Dylan's in jail now.
Am I out wielding guns?
Well, actually, Dylan going to jail. She's blaming for all her problems now, which is weird.
Am I out threatening people's lives? Am I in hiding? Am I eluding police? No, I am all in everyone's faces. The public, the police, the aldermen.
I mean, she is in everyone's face.
The politicians. There's no one that I have steered clear from. As a matter of fact, I have put the keys in the ignition and my foot on the gas and driven headfirst into every one of these agencies, begging for assistance with this issue. Yet here we are.
No, I don't know. I feel like a broken record, but they've told you what to do and you don't want to do it. It's Heather's rules. She's, did Rambo make up his own rules? Is she like her? I haven't seen Rambo. That's probably a bad person to say she is. I'm just trying to think of new things to relate her to.
January of 2024, mother of 3 children, 17, 15, and 10 years old, 2 girls and a boy, raised them my entire life, their entire lives, from birth through 2020, when they had to go live with their fathers and I had to start taking over via FaceTime. Do you know how it feels to a woman? Do you know what it does to her spirit and her heart and her soul to give birth to 3 children and raise them their entire lives, and for no rhyme or reason, with a court order for custody, being the primary custodial parent of all 3?
No rhyme or reason. Weren't you living out of your car at the time that they were taken? I mean, if you weren't, then you went to go live in your car, and now you're living in a tent. I don't think you should have custody if that's what your circumstances are right now.
Your children have to go stay with their fathers because you can no longer keep them safe because you are being attacked and chased and robbed and thrown out of your home and chased out of employment. And I could go on all day.
What honest dollar has she made for her kids at all? Like, I know she goes grocery shopping for them when like they don't need her shit, but it's with the sponsors' money, people who donate money, who feel bad for her. Like Cassie with her dollar, she spent at least $1. So that's bad. But like, there's other people who give her more money because she spends it on crap, right? So like, I don't know. It's sad.
There's no short supply of testimony. There's no short supply of proof. There's no short supply of witnesses. There is no short supply of allegations. There's no short supply of emails. There's no short supply of proof.
This is annoying because she like gets on her soapbox, right? And says, I do all this for my kids. It's like, oh no, your sponsors do it for you. And then she just rambles and bitches like this. She should go. Even Daniel Larson collects cans. Go collect cans.
There's no short supply. I go into a space of mental uplifting where I am meditating, where I am relying on sources like Abraham Hicks, like some of the old school motivational speakers, Joel Osteen, Tony Robbins, etc., and so forth. I rely heavily on those. Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, some of the newer school.
See, all the people.
Business mentors and coaches, they don't just talk about business. They talk about how to keep your shit together while you're going through business, while you're starting and creating business.
Kind of.
How to be emotionally in tune so that you can get deals done, so that having all of this other shit go on doesn't sabotage your life. I will listen to good, reliable information that puts me in a different headspace, that allows me the opportunity that I need to, with mental clarity, bring my frequencies, my vibrations, my mood into a place that is not utter shit. Okay. My children are there frequently, about 50% of the time, in a high frequency mood. Then there are.
Wait, what? They're in a high frequency mood? You're talking about the Abraham Hicks stuff? The vibrations?
Times when I can tell that whatever darkness is looming around me, the lies, the setup attempts, the entrapment attempts, the abuse, it's most certainly extending onto them, because their vibration goes from being carefree children to very, very low confrontational even. Those are not my children don't behave that way. Not naturally anyways. Same with me. What else? What
did she say the name of the kid? Wyatt or something, I think. Something with a W. I can't remember. Yeah, her vibrations are off, or aren't vibing right.
What else do I use for coping? Not being woken up at 1 o'clock in the morning. So sleep, regular sleep, one of the most important ones. The gym, very
Weston, yes. Thank you, Addie Clark. And Tina Marie, thank you.
Active in the gym. My entire pregnancy, I've been very active. They took away every single coping method that I had and mechanism. They took away my gym membership. They take away all of these motivational speakers and
Wait, she wants to make the middle name Dylan? Like actually Dylan?
Motivationals that I listen to. How did they take them away? I'd love to tell you. I don't know about the gym. The GM walked up to me at like 6 or 7 gyms after several months of being there with obviously no issues. I've been a member of Export since 2013, I believe, 2012, maybe even before that. Very loyal member of Export. And my mother works for Export. And even with all of that, and oh, by the way, just because your mother works for the corporate office, they don't give a free membership to me and never have. Isn't that some shit?
Oh, for the gym. She's like, just because my mom works there doesn't mean you get a free membership. I don't know what's concerned about that. You were really mean to Kelly. That wasn't very nice, Heather.
I've had to pay full price my entire life at Export. 3 months into a new set of harassment, the GM of the South Loop location comes and goes, Heather, come here. We have to give you a refund. And I'm like, what do you mean you have to give me a refund? He's like, I don't know. We just have to give you a refund. There was a note in there saying, give you a refund. The fuck? So now I can't come here? I don't know. He's like, call corporate. I have no idea.
Nah, it's probably sick of your shit. And it's because she brought a knife, right? She brought a knife and filmed it.
Okay, great. This is the 6th time an export, after months of working out there, has told me I can't work out there anymore. But then they call me a month later from a different location and say, are you coming back? Come on. What the fuck is going on?
Wait, they offered you to come back and you didn't want to? You just said you couldn't go to the gym anymore. My goodness, Heather, go to the gym then. They said they want you back.
So they've destroyed the gym for me. I mean, absolutely.
They destroyed it because I won't go to the other gym.
We destroyed it. When I go there, there's no more peace of mind. It's almost like a waiting game to see if I'm going to get attacked physically, if I'm going to get asked to leave, if I'm going to be denied that I even have a membership. Just like when I worked there, I literally worked for Export as a personal trainer, and my hiring manager came in, literally shared a fruit plate with me for lunch.
And another telling of this story, she brought the fruit cake or the fruit tray or whatever and shared it with her on like the interview, and then it supposedly hired her, and then they were like, what the fuck are you doing here?
I went back to work. He left for the day. It's an area manager, so he goes to multiple locations. I come into work the following day. I'm cleaning up. I'm doing more work than probably the rest of the staff has done all year. Okay. And I'm not here to shit on anyone. I'm here to.
I mean, if it's a gym, maybe they just thought you were like using the gym and cleaning up after yourself or just being helpful and that you weren't an employee. What was going to happen when they didn't pay you? You think you're going to get paid if you weren't actually an employee?
Tell you what a fucking mess it was. Personal demographic information all over the place, copies of people's credit cards all over the place, IDs, all sorts of shit, just everywhere. And I went to Dave and I said, you guys don't have a shredder, bro? What the?
It's kind of odd that that's all the shit that she noticed. Like, makes it seem like she was just eyeing that stuff. Like, wow, look at all this nefarious stuff I could use. You guys don't have a shredder? It's your guys' fault. I didn't steal this information. It just somehow got linked out there. I don't know.
The fuck are you doing with all this shit? You don't have a record destruction company that comes to take this or the shredder pieces or, you know, what the fuck is going on? And he looked me dead in my face and said, you don't work here. And I said, what? And I've already been paid by paycheck. It's in my bank account. I have photos of the paycheck stubs. I carry them around with me.
Just carry around photos of the stuff. Okay, I want to see them. Show me them, Heather. Well, maybe this lighting would not be the best lighting, but I want to see them. Yeah, show me.
He said, you don't work here. I said, what do you mean I don't work here? I'm here right now. I'm in uniform. I'm working.
She just used like one of her mom's stubs.
We just had lunch together yesterday while I was on the clock. He said, you don't work here. I didn't hire you. HR never officially hired you. You need to leave. Oh, I said, I'm not leaving. I said, HR did officially hire me and I have the emails and I'll show them to you right now. And I showed them to him and he said, nope, I don't believe it. You don't work here. And I said, okay, well, if I don't work here, I'm a member here. Here's my membership key fob. Here's my receipt for the month. I'm going to go work out. And I went and changed and got on the treadmill. And 5 minutes later, I was surrounded by 6 or 7 Portage Park police officers.
Portage something police officers, I think. I don't know. That was.
There's about 100 witnesses for that occurrence. So we have occurrences like that where I am doing any and everything possible in my power to mentally uplift myself, to mentally clear any blockages or
I wish we could put like eyeballs on her. You like googly eyes or something.
Resentments or anger. And they just find each coping mechanism that I've utilized one by one and destroy it. with the YouTube videos, it was Abraham Hicks, it was Joel Osteen, it was Tony Robbins, and it was
Joel Osteen's like that church guy, right? The one who wouldn't let people in when there was a flood or something. I can't remember exactly, but people were like, "Oh, that Joel Osteen's evil." He's like, did a public service announcement. Like, I'm not actually evil, guys. Okay, I'm just pretending to be evil.
I believe Gary Vee or Grant Cardone. And I was doing a Gary Vee binge in 2020 where I was catching up on all of his old content. I was very into marketing. I was selling content for money, and I was teaching myself marketing through Shaw University. I'd already
What else would you sell content for other than money? Selling content for money?
been doing it for 5 to 7 years on my own, but I was teaching myself social media marketing specifically and new developments in marketing, the shifting and acknowledging for the first time the shifting from every time someone asks me, do you watch XYZ on TV? I always say to them, I don't watch TV. You know, I might take one Saturday and binge a whole entire series on Netflix, but I don't watch TV. I'm running around. I have 3 kids. I'm in the gym. I'm working full time. No.
Wouldn't it take like just as long to binge a series on Netflix? I thought she was going to say, I'm just watching Gary Vee and Joel Osteen, because those guys are worth watching, but I don't watch TV. I'm too busy being the boss that I can be.
I don't fucking watch TV, you know? And it was then that I started realizing for my own business, I had a business by Coco at the time, personal
She was selling content for money, B.
Training business. And it was then for my own business and the content sales that I realized I'm not going to make any money in traditional marketing or advertising. People rarely pay for commercials unless they are a huge corporation, probably in some sort of contract. No one really watches unscheduled TV anymore on the regs. If they have time, maybe, but not really.
What do you mean unscheduled TV? You mean scheduled TV? What the fuck is unscheduled TV? That would be like a Netflix series that you binge watch, right?
It's not really a thing, you know, that they do. Everything is customized. If you want to wake up at 4 a.m. and watch some shit, you can do so. Why would you ever catch it on live TV? So why are people still paying for commercials? And how are they advertising?
There's advertising on YouTube. What are you talking about? It's the same thing as like traditional TV, but it's just on the internet now.
Pardon me. And where are they allocating their funds for marketing and advertising? If they realize, you know, make this realization that TV and commercials are not the move.
How? It blows my mind. So she must not get any money from AdSense then on YouTube. She should, because I know she has like the views and the watch time and the subs. She's just living in this world where like advertising doesn't exist anymore and she needs to rely on donations from people. Like, no, what the fuck?
I can't fucking take it anymore, you guys. I'm not a dumb bitch. I'm smart. I'm intelligent.
You're not as intelligent as Letitia, because at least Letitia had a car and she monetized her YouTube channel. I'm just so confused here. What the fuck? My goodness.
A loving, caring mother. There's a million things that I can be doing with my life that have nothing to do with being exploited in a fucking tent. I'm not in my own way. So who's in my way?
She is.
Who's waking me up at 1 o'clock in the morning with their mask on? I don't wear a mask.
I don't know what she means by that at all. Like, does she usually wake herself up and like she doesn't have a mask? It's just, how can you wake yourself up with a mask? It doesn't make any sense. You wake yourself up in the mirror and you're like, I'm wearing a mask. I don't wear a mask. Who is this person? I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. What?
Who is this fucking person? People. Why? What the fuck do you want? I have a production company called GoPro Solo. I was selling content that I was modeling. From 2015 to about 2017, I was being human sexually trafficked, groomed and coerced. All on a recorded line from the United States government. They have all of them.
What? When did that happen? All on a recorded line from the United States government. She was being human, sexually trafficked. When the fuck did... What is she referring to?
This on a recorded line. Nobody did shit to help me. I escaped that shit myself and got a job in renewables.
With Dylan? The renewable energy? Got my job in renewables.
Renewable energy in 2019. It was then that they started beating me up pretty bad, choking me, holding me up by my neck until I almost lost consciousness, dropping me on the floor, stomping on my head, stomping on my back, locking me outside in the snow in shorts. And they just kept doing worse and worse things from there. They destroyed my vehicle. I had a Cadillac CTS.
Going on about the fucking car gun. So who locked her outside in the shorts? I'm assuming Dylan then, right?
They made a guy try to break into my home while it was me and my children alone home in the apartment. Dylan was out doing God knows what, Thanksgiving dinner or something with his mom and Mike Rome. How weird, right? But you're not gay though, right, bro?
Having Thanksgiving dinner with your mom is gay? Is that gay? Most of my audience is ladies, I think. It's like 90%. Is having dinner with your mom, Thanksgiving dinner with your mom, gay?
Your wife, who's stood by you for 4 years, hell and high water, she doesn't get to go to Thanksgiving, but Mike Rome, though, right? Shout out to Mike Rome. My problem's not with Mike Rome. My problem is with Dylan Smith. And I don't even have that problem anymore because he's a non-issue in my life today. I haven't seen him or spoken to him since 2020. It's not until this badgering and incessant questioning begins again that I go back there because I don't live there. I live here. I'm 36 weeks pregnant. It's a completely different existence. It's a brand new life. Why do you keep dragging me back to 2020, back to 2025, 2015, back to 2016? You've not even provided stability or safety yet today. In the words of Jordan Peterson, you cannot cure a trauma that is still occurring.
Is that right? Sounds kind of right.
Do you not think that being held in a tent in negative subarctic degree temperatures,
subarctic degree temperatures, damn,
with a space heater to rely on to keep you alive, and shifty, irregular behavior from your husband? I know Xavier. Xavier came to save me from the people who were raping me in the street. He picked me up from law enforcement. LE law enforcement plates on a black Suburban with a person who presents himself as a badge, shows me a badge. That's who dropped me off, or his son, actually. That's who dropped me off. Xavier came and picked me up approximately 3 hours later, saying that his brother is the district attorney. Xavier's brother is the district attorney, or works in the district for the district attorney in his office. My bad.
What? This doesn't sound right at all, Heather. So you were at the police station, you were arrested, and then Xavier came and said, my brother's the district attorney, which is sus, because the district attorney would be the one prosecuting you. So I'd stay away from him. But then you go live in a tent with this guy for 9 months, 14 months. I don't know how long she's been out there. I think like 2 years, right? I don't know how long she's been with Xavier, though.
He is going to protect and keep me safe, and that they know what's been going on. And can you imagine how I felt? Oh my God. When you get rescued, most of you hopefully will never know, but when you're being held in some sort of oppressive circumstance where someone is either taking sex from you or money from you or freedom or happiness from you, and you get rescued, that's not a trauma bond. How could you not love that person? That person just saved your life. Yeah,
but did he? Because you're in a tent outside still, and you still claim to have all these things happening to you? Like everything you just listed, you claim still happens to you to this day. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Or so you think. For a couple weeks. And then what? Then you and that person are outside fighting for your life with nowhere to live.
I like how like Xavier's just coughing in the background, like, yep, that's me. That's me, honey. I'm just gonna light a cigarette. So I'm gonna wait this out.
And my 3 children, what about them? Amidst all of this adversity, I'm creating photo shoots. I'm working on myself. I'm working out at the gym. If I can't get into the gym, we're working out outside. Xavier, how many days a week, with or without a gym membership, was I engaging in at least 30 minutes of exercise or more, not including pushing the cart or bike riding?
When we were staying at Airbnbs.
No, not when we were staying at Airbnb.
You would go daily.
Every day. When we were staying at Airbnb, I was pregnant with twins. Luckily, these fucking...
Yeah, I don't think Xavier gets like the first few questions right. I think like he gets a couple though. My eye just went crazy.
creeps allowed me to stay in the Airbnb while I went into preterm labor and lost the twins, and also gave me 2 weeks after that to recover before they threw me outside, blocking my Airbnb account for no reason. If you guys want to head over to my Instagram, coco.chanel.ysl, and click on the Airbnb reviews tab, you can see I keep all my receipts, boo-boo. Airbnb reviews, nothing but positive reviews. Oh my God, Heather was so sweet. Oh my God, what a great guest. We'd love to have her back anytime. She kept everything clean, very respectful.
Can we see the reviews? I never see her post the reviews. I always see her post like the 311 being like, you're set up for text notifications. Press this number. And then she's like, I'm being held in a tent. And it's like, you're signed up for text notifications. I never see her post anything that would actually sway my mind.
Yet, weeks after going into preterm labor and being treated for the loss of life, 2 babies in my tummy, twins, who we named Ruby and Rafa, 18 weeks, 6 days gestation, passed away December 26th, 2022. I stayed at Swedish Covenant Hospital for a few days. Got out, got an Airbnb, Michael's by Higgins Avenue on the northwest side. One of my favorite Airbnbs. Reminds me the closest to normal home and stability that I've had in years. Nothing fancy, no TV, nothing to do, just a kitchen, nice, reliable appliances, warmth.
Was it Rock Box? I must have missed that. The second one's name was Rock Box?
A comfortable bed and a shower. And a toilet. None of this wake up at fucking 1 a.m. to badgering and fucking harassment. And then if you have to take a shit, God forbid you have to take a shit. God forbid.
Rafa, not Rock Box. Yeah, that sounds more right.
If I have to take a shit, I need to go walk 4 to 6 blocks.
Fucking has to take shit. Again with this every day, we have to hear about Heather and how she needs to take a shit. It's like a common thing with your narrative now. I gotta take a shit every fucking day.
To wander around finding a place that's going to be open, or go to the fucking hospital to have a bowel movement. Can you even imagine? Can you even imagine? I want my life back. I want to live. My 14-year-old was in 8th grade when this began. She's a senior in high school this year. I want to attend her graduation. I want to throw her a graduation party.
Where? Outside the tent in Lincoln Park? Maybe she could pull it off.
I want all 3 of my children to live with me full time. I want to give birth to my baby and not have to worry about where we will lay our head down at night.
I mean, you got to do something about it then. You got to actually work towards something. Unfortunately, I know she doesn't want to. She wants everything handed to her.
And I want an explanation that makes sense for why we have been separated this entire time and why my personal safety has been left in the hands of Xavier.
I mean, like, that is a bad person to leave your personal safety in charge of, is Xavier. No shade to Xavier. I hope he's my favorite one, right? But not the best protector.
A 39-year-old man who cannot keep a job at the Domino's.
I mean, he's going to go into it right now. He can't keep a job at the Domino's. I think it's kind of her fault too, though. Can't really zoom in on anything. It's just an abyss, black abyss. She's always around. Like, she's like, oh, if you get a job as a busboy, I'll be sitting right there next to you. We still spend all our time together. I don't think they want that. Just like fucking Rachel and Rhea and the dog and Eva.
For longer than a week before someone comes and intentionally, premeditatedly, and 100% target steals his electronic bike.
What?
I could not make this shit up. I could not make this fucking shit up.
Usually that means she's making it up. If someone stole Xavier's electronic bike?
I have personally had 21 jobs in the last 30 months. Never have I ever been fired for some sort of performance issue. Always just the way I explained at the beginning of this.
Yeah, like not actually working there at all. And people gaslighting you into thinking you never worked there, right?
You don't work here. Or, oh, we hired you and we told you that we were going to give you 60 hours a week, but it turns out we don't have enough hours and we're so sorry. What? At 21 jobs?
Why do you need to work 60? Just take what you can get. It's 60 hours a week or nothing? Really? I don't think Heather could even work 60 hours, to be honest. I don't think she has the work ethic to.
21 jobs. Xavier cannot get a job to save his fucking life. Every single job he gets, there is some curated performance. Just like when we were coming back from Portage Park, I walk out to the northwest suburbs every single month. We walk. We just took the bus for the first time last month because I'm too pregnant to walk. I'm going into contractions and I don't want to have preterm labor. So we took the bus last month. We dropped off the kids' Christmas gifts and some groceries, as I do every month. Every month.
They don't ask me to. They ask me specifically not to, but I do it still every month.
We're on our way back from that. Xavier almost gets hit by a car on purpose twice in one day.
Almost gets hit by a car on purpose twice just because he had to work? Are you implying you're making him like suicidal? He's trying to get hit by cars now on the way back? Oh my goodness.
They intentionally knock over our entire cart of everything we have into the middle of the street. That is one example, just like the changes to Joel Osteen and Gary Vee and Grant Cardone. I know what the fuck these men teach, and women. Abraham Hicks is a woman.
Oh, yeah, Abraham Hicks is a woman. So, like, they're changing what they're teaching? Oh, it's because she disagreed with something. She's like, they're changing what they're saying now. Kind of like the audiobooks. I guess she gets to a certain part of the audiobook. She's like, that doesn't jive with me.
Know what they teach. I know their messages. So when you start preaching from their voice, YouTube or fake YouTube, a message that does not resonate with the message.
She just call it fake YouTube? She thinks like there's a fake YouTube now?
They've been teaching all along, or an inversion of a real message to make it something very bad. What the fuck are they doing to our children? I'm a grown-ass woman who can report on this and has been for 4 years. They haven't done shit to protect me. My phone is still vulnerable to this. What are they showing our children who think that they're about to watch a cartoon? What about when we fall asleep to YouTube videos?
She thinks this is legit. She thinks this is real. That's crazy. Nothing. No, YouTube doesn't have the time to do that. I wish YouTube would just edit my videos for me. It'd be like, Steve shouldn't be saying this or that. We'll just swap this out here, put that there. Do it. Keep my videos monetized. No, we have to do all that shit manually. The ads don't exist, and YouTube is editing videos and making them different to piss Heather off. That's their agenda.
This shit is wild. I'm tired. I'm about to have a baby. I have 3 children. Why am I in a tent? What the fuck is going on? And why? I didn't ask you people for war. I never been a fighter in my life, never. Never have I ever. When they stabbed me in 2019, that was the first time I had ever been victimized violently in my life. I've never
victimized. You started it and then pursued it after it had been de-escalated and the people were retreating. You're like, I want all the smoke.
Never been in a fist fight in my entire life, ever. Not as a child, not as a grown-up, never. Maybe
not one that you got, I guess, hurt enough in to have the police involved.
Maybe a cat fight once, maybe, and that's even pushing it. Never been in a fight. You want to argue? I got you all day, bro. Don't even try me.
Missed what, Michelle? Missed this? Missed this?
Battering ram.
I'm the damn thing gone blind. Bam, lamb. Whoa, Black Betty.
Rattering bam.
I'm a whoa, Black Betty.
Mattering bam.
Black Betty had a child.
Battering ma'am.
I'm the damn thing gone wild.
Battering ma'am.
I'm said a word, not a mind.
Battering ram.
I'm the damn thing gone blind. Bam, lamb.
That's Smitten Kittens. You have to go sub to Smitten Kitten. Is she in the description? She should be in the description below. I can't remember if I did the description. Can someone let me know? I'll go check. But they should be in the description below. If not, then go to the other live stream and she'll be there. And that edit, man, that edit's amazing.
Bring a fucking cot for a nap because you're going to be exhausted. I try never to speak on subjects that I don't have personal experience with. Ignoring you, I could do that too. But you can only ignore someone for so long. When people begin to infringe upon your safe space, your personal space, which is supposed to be this tent, you sometimes can't ignore it. You take as positive of a perspective as possible. And when they notice you being positive, they make you a bigger target. It's sick.
Yeah, she's being spooky. She's like, I am the darkness. That's what Heather is at 7 a.m. this morning. It was today. This is from today. Did I say that? Probably should have said that. I mean, maybe I thought it would be obvious. She's just being quiet now.
It's really hard to understand how a person could have more than 4 years of, as I said, video, audio, photo, proof that I've been sexually assaulted, proof that people have walked into my apartment without a key, without any legal right to be there, opened the fucking door through 4 locks, stolen thousands of dollars of cash. It's all right there. All the proof is there. Why has there been no justice?
She fights with Crazy Train? Like Heather fights with Crazy Train? She's not allowed to do that.
Why am I still being woken up at 1 a.m. and held in a tent? Where are my children? Why aren't they in my own home where I belong? Why aren't we in my mansion, my castle? Because I was telling Xavier the other day,
Crazy Train actually shouted me out. I don't remember if I said this at the beginning of the live, but I should have. If I didn't, I'll say it again. But no, you guys should go check out Crazy Train's newest video. I don't think I said this. I showed you guys Cassie's response thing, but no, she like gave me a really nice shout out and she went over like the cast of screenshots. So if you missed them on the live stream 2 days ago, you should go check out Crazy Train's video. She goes over them, and it's only like 15 minutes. Also, I'm gonna start doing. I think I'm gonna start doing like condensed weekly recaps after the stream, like the highlights of the stream, I guess, and maybe daily shorts just until the baby's born, because the baby could be born any day now. And then when the baby is born, like I'll go live that day, like I'll do an actual live stream. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing that for people who can't watch or don't have time to watch like a 2 to 3 hour live stream, which like I wouldn't be able to. So I completely get if they can't. I don't know why I'll just keep playing the video now.
Got it out the real mud. Nobody put a roof over my head. I was at a point in my life at 18 years old where I either went in the house by paying my own rent at 18 years old, 17 and a half, just fresh out of high school, or did not have a house to go into. Got a job, was in college, had no car, no transportation, paid my own way, paid my own rent, worked as a waitress, no sugar daddy, nobody paying my bills. And that
wasn't Dylan paying for stuff? Well, maybe not this time. How is she paying for stuff herself with the 21 jobs that she keeps getting fired from and shit?
was a garage. That was the garage with drywall on it. My first apartment.
Oh, okay. Doesn't sound like an apartment. But better than a tent. A garage is definitely better than a tent.
2018, I got my first house for rent, a 5-bedroom house, and I thought I had made it. My children, for the first time in their lives, had their own bedrooms. The girls had to share, but eventually Viviana got her own bedroom. She had an iguana. I got her an iguana. I drove all the way to Streamwood to.
She got an iguana. She was a hooker? Sweet, innocent Heather? She would never.
Aaron's house in a snowstorm to pick up that reptile tank. She gave it to me for free, and those are expensive. I worked hard for everything I had.
I worked hard for that free iguana tank that I drive through the snow. Why don't you just go buy one then? I risked my life for a free iguana tank.
Everything I had. It wasn't even a new house, just a standard bungalow looking. My bedroom was all the way upstairs.
It's not a bungalow then. A bungalow looking standard house that has 5 fucking bedrooms. You got a free iguana fucking thing. What is this story? I don't even think she's high because it's too early in the morning. Like she's pissed because someone woke her up. She had like a lot of stories at like 5 in the morning. Be like, someone keeps waking me up. Blah, 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 blah. Now here she is at 7 going crazy.
Steep of the stairs was illegal, the incline. I fell down those stairs and I have a chip in my bone on my right thigh, or my right hip.
I thought a bungalow though didn't have any stairs. Like it was just like a 1 level thing. But the 5-bedroom house was a bungalow with 2 tiny bedrooms upstairs in the attic. Okay. And 2 of them on the first floor and a family room downstairs. So I had like a basement. See, like I just thought a bungalow didn't even have a basement. Maybe I don't know what a house is. I'm not a real estate agent or a botanist or a lawyer or a doctor.
Rather, that will probably never heal, ever. But I didn't sue my landlord. What a joke that was, right?
Do you think that was an option to sue your landlord? I like how she's just like takes time and thinks over what she said, the complete nonsense she said. Exactly.
You see, the problem is no longer a secret. I'm not your scapegoat anymore.
I think she's trying to make everyone else a scapegoat. I don't think anyone's trying to make her the scapegoat.
Kids aren't your scapegoats. My friends and family aren't your scapegoats.
Where is Scapegoat? I miss Scapegoat.
Your plan only works in secret, in the dark.
What was that? She like ripped something out. There's a little bit of light. It's still pretty dark. There's only dark. Oh, I think she was just actually getting Kleenex out. Maybe it wasn't as dramatic as I made it.
And unfortunately, there's way too much light now. All around me, all around.
I think she was pulling out Kleenex from a Kleenex bag. And since it's closer to the camera than her voice, it made it sound like it was like a cape or something. And then she leaned back. So there's actually like light. Tripped me out. I thought she was doing something dramatic.
Around my family.
Snacks? She's getting cookies? Oh, okay. I thought it was Kleenex.
So why are we still sitting here doing this? 6 o'clock in the morning now. They've woke me up at...
It was the most dramatic snacks I've ever heard.
1 something in the morning badgering. And I tried to go back to sleep at 3, and I tried to go back to sleep at 4. They just do everything, you know? I went to sleep 2 days ago and I had no rash.
It's Aunt Stacy. Aunt Stacy from Love After Lockup with Aunt Diane. It's Aunt Stacy.
No. My body is so itchy, I want to crawl out of my skin. I don't do drugs. I wash my blankets and my clothing regularly. Whatever virtual reality bullshit you have going on, I don't want any part of it. I want to press charges against everyone involved.
The virtual reality. She really thinks she's like being tested for virtual reality. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that she is being tested for virtual reality. This would be a terrible virtual reality experience. Wouldn't they want to make it something positive? So Heather would promote this weird virtual reality thing. Instead, it's like the worst thing ever. No one would buy this product.
I'm not sure.
Do you want to pretend to live in a tent in Chicago? No, you can. I don't think, I wouldn't sell.
Your scapegoat. I'm not your guinea pig. I'm not your horse or your dog or your fucking cat. I'm a mother.
But she's jealous of the dolphin. So maybe if you wanna treat her like a dolphin, she'll be all right with that.
I put on a fucking boatload of Aquaphor. Boatload of Aquaphor. I have it right here. Put it on like liberally, you know? And I wake up and it feels like 1/10 of my lip is hanging off of my actual lip. Like, what the fuck goes on in the 5 hours I'm asleep? What goes on?
I don't know. Are you implying that like while you're asleep, you're sleepwalking, doing duster, or like what could possibly dry your lip out that much in the 5 hours you're asleep?
And then you want to talk about one love. I've said this so many times I can't even count. There is not a single person in the world, not a murderer, not a pedophile, and everyone knows that I would love to murder a pedophile or a murderer.
Where did it come from? Again, with the like murdering, there's not murderers or pedophiles. I would love to murder a pedophile, but like what? Where are we going with this, Heather?
Murderer, anyone who does anything to a child or a woman. With no.
But if you kill a man, that's okay.
Mercy. But there's not a person in the world who deserves what they've put me through, what they continue to put me through.
Okay.
Not one person. If someone
I mean, like, I don't know. I think that's kind of spitting in the face of everyone. It's like maybe had a family member murdered or like had, I don't know, something involving pedophilia in their life happen to them. Be like, what I'm going through right now is way worse than any of that shit. Like, that's pretty. I don't think that's going to hit your target. Like, it sounds really selfish.
Pedophiles or murders, get rid of them. You know, simple as that. Put them out of their misery or banish them away to some sort of prison until you figure out that it actually wasn't them or whatever the fucking case may be. Get them out of society, isolate them, and leave them alone. Just leave them the fuck alone. Why would you stand in the way of someone raising their vibration? The collective vibration raises when my vibration raises, when your vibration raises.
Because I didn't even know anything about vibrations until today. I can't even tell who's raising vibrations or what.
There's no law that says 100 of us can be happy and another 100 need to be miserable. All 200 of us can be happy.
Where'd 200 come from?
As a matter of fact, if you go by the law of averages, you will be the fifth of five. Why wouldn't you want everyone around you to be happy? Anyone out here waking up in the morning thinking, I would love to be a miserable motherfucker today? No. Xavier.
Yeah.
Oh God, Xavier, get ready. He responded pretty quick that time. He said, yes. Yes. Okay. What does Heather want?
When you woke up this morning, was your first thought, how can I be the most miserable motherfucker out here?
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
I can't hear. Is he talking? I don't think so. I think she's in
pregnant.
silence again.
I'm ADHD as fuck. As fuck. Do you understand me? I can be successfully managing multiple online businesses, not fraudulently, realistically.
Then do it. Prove us wrong, Heather. Start one business that's super easy to run. Just one, anyone.
With clients. I can have one or two personal training clients. I could have one or two marketing and new business development clients. I could have one stay-at-home client who needs home health care.
What can homeless people do? Do you think she knows a lot of homeless people? I think she just stays in the tent for the most part, and then when she needs stuff, she goes out. But she must know some homeless people. Figure out something for them to do. Just kind of be the middleman. Show me you can run a business. Create a homeless business. I don't know what it would be, but think of something. You're Heather Gillespie. You can do it.
Or home cleaning services. And I could still be creating content and social media marketing. All at the same time. And being a full-time mother. As a matter of fact, at that efficiency, with that caseload, as I call it, I'm the best mother and the best woman that they make.
When would you even have time to be a mother if you're doing all that?
There is no better woman than that woman who I am when I'm doing all of that. Holding me in a tent, giving me a fucking dumbass book about Vanity Fair, no offense. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care at all. If I don't have enough money to go buy myself a meal and I have to ask people to feed me, clothe me, or do either of those things for my children, I don't have time to read about Vanity Fair.
Who living on the streets of Chicago is asking Heather if she's read Vanity Fair? I don't even know what Vanity Fair sounds very fancy. So I'm just picturing somebody with like a monocle and a little wooden pipe being like, in Lincoln Park, and like, have you read the latest Vanity Fair, Heather? And she's like, what, you think I've read fucking Vanity Fair, bitch? Like, that's what I'm picturing. I don't think anyone's asking her, but Vanity Fair is my point. Did I press play? Yeah, okay. He's being very ominous and taking these long pauses. So when I press play, I don't even know if it's.
Why? Why do you insist on this tent situation?
It's your idea. I don't think anyone made it. It was like, you have to go live in this tent now. I think you were the one who were like, we should probably buy a tent. Maybe we wouldn't be like having to deal with the elements out here if we had a tent. You're making me. What did she just say? Something about why are you insisting on this tent? And a long pause. She's moving. Okay. She's thinking. Maybe she get a trailer. Why doesn't she do that? Start a GoFundMe for a trailer. Go live in a trailer park. That'd be one up. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't need a license. I don't know how much a trailer costs. Maybe you could get one for like 12 grand. But that's realistic. That's more realistic than just living day to day in the tent. Get the fuck out of that tent, you know?
Why are there people breathing in the world who are so ugly? What does that do to the collective energy?
Give her ideas. I want at least like this money that's going into the bottomless pit that's Heather. He spends it on like nail polish that gets stolen in the night and like makeup that she paints her belly with. It could go to like a trailer. At least she would wreck that fucking trailer though. How long? Here, I'll do a poll. How long do you think the trailer would last if she got a trailer?
You're in the comments of a 36-week pregnant woman who's crying out saying law enforcement and our federal government as well as our local government is refusing communication with me regarding all of these instances of abuse. And I have called them a million times and I don't know what to do and I need help. They've separated me from my 3 innocent children. The situation is bad. I'm scared. Can someone help me? And you're in my comments sending a tooth over and over again because I have a crown on my front tooth that's a little bit thicker than the one on its left. That's what we have going on here in this community. God. It's sick. It's sick. And this is 4 years of this consistently. And I'm recording it all and documenting it all. And how many hundreds of thousands of people are now aware of it? How many hundreds of thousands of people read the comments?
I don't know.
Where are they at? Why aren't we rallying?
Why don't we rally? I'm going to rally at dawn.
Why aren't we rallying to raise the collective vibration with positivity, opportunity, housing, healthcare, support? Why is there a group of people in my comments and God knows how many other influencers or desperate people being victimized in their comments? Where are all these people coming from? Are we being cherry picked? Are we being intentionally put into one category of people who they know for a fact have?
You guys think 6 months is too generous? What's the longest she's stayed at a place? Because I've seen some shit written on walls at some places. I would have had to assume she'd been there a bit.
Cases have legal grounds to not be okay with the situation as it stands? Are they putting all of us in one tech bubble and saying, break them down?
It's the tech bubble, guys. I've heard her reference the tech bubble a couple times the past couple of weeks.
What is this? And how patronizing and condescending it is that you expect me to not realize that something has been going on, that you think I'm that fucking brain.
4 months? Wow. I mean, that's pretty impressive, but I guess, yeah, it's still short of 6 months. I guess I should have been like less than 6 months. Just pretend that it's 6 months and less is that option.
Dead.
I like this. I like these emojis right here, kitty. This is some good shit. Oh, this is the Kleenex that she was grabbing for.
They don't make escorts anymore.
What?
They don't make escorts anymore because...
What do you mean they don't make escorts anymore?
They're all dead. You know, what happens when you fuck a rich guy for money and then threaten his wife, his family, his livelihood? He invests money into your destruction.
I don't think that's how all escorts work. I don't think that they go in with the intention to fuck with a person. It's probably just like what is supposed to be entailed for. Like you go out for dinner or whatever. You don't try to blackmail them, Heather. They're all dead. They're all dead. Yeah, extortion. I think she thinks of not ex. What the fuck am I saying? Hold on. Not extortion. Extortion is the word. The escort. I think she's thinking of extort instead of escort. Those two words just had a fucking fight in my brain for a second.
So these dumbass women who aren't even the ones doing the extorting, who have no idea that in many cases it's law enforcement. Or if it's not law enforcement, it's some fucking boyfriend in the background claiming he loves her to death, going through her email account as an extortionist.
What? I love you, honey. Let me just go through your email account and extort people without your knowledge. Don't you think that would ruin a lot of relationships?
Can you even believe it?
No, I can't believe it. I don't believe it.
And if we're talking about escorts,
Yeah, escorts, not extorts, extortions.
we're talking about rich men who pay for sex, which is 99% of them, if you really want to know. $500 an hour, $300 an hour, $1,000 an hour, or $3,000 for the night with no sex promised at a 5-star restaurant, 5-star hotel with possible sex.
See, that kind of, what do you mean with possible sex? With possible sex? Why is she talking about this right now? Like, I just think she just talks about whatever fucking pops into her brain. It's probably very dangerous. For Heather, at least.
They're paying that shit without batting an eyelash. If they're paying that shit for one night of your time, what the fuck makes you think they won't pay 100,000 times that amount to destroy you if you threaten anything they love, like their work, their family, their business, their...
Why would you be threatening them at all, though? Like, where's that coming in?
Possessions, their life. You think they're going to just roll over and give up? They're going to kill you. Stop involving me in your fucking drama. There is no such thing as escorts anymore. Every rich man knows that all he has to do if he wants a woman is take her.
What the fuck are you talking about, Heather? There is such things. I'm sure there's escorts out there. All right. I'm sure.
The whole game, as they've referred to it, was destroyed by extortion and technology. Period.
I thought she liked technology.
Never convince me of otherwise. Ever. All that happened, as you can afford to pay people for protection online or exposure online, there is no reality that exists in the three-dimensional world regarding that genre. If you're going to see a girl or a guy and you're paying for any sort of sexual services, even if you don't communicate it about online, I promise you, they already know. The law, the feds, they already know. They know.
But like, what? Oh my god. Okay. Where are we going with this, Heather? Where are we going with this?
When your appointment is scheduled,
she's just paranoid. She's paranoid that she can't start a fucking escort thing online because they're gonna find her because everything's tracked now. I thought escorting was legal. I thought prostitution was illegal, but escorting was okay. So why is she tripping? Am I tripping? I don't know the laws. All right. Especially the ones in America, I guess. But I don't know. I don't even know why she's having this conversation with us.
Before you do. Because they're working in reverse. They're working offensively. They're choosing targets. There's no more of this defensive strategy from law enforcement anymore. Yeah, they'll respond to a car accident. But even that, curated.
Well, maybe Xavier was trying to help you out by getting hit by a car, you know, so the cops would respond to you guys.
As fuck. just like the car that was attempting to drive into Xavier and dump all of our
shit.
stuff over, just like the next
That triggered that for her. That's amazing. We're on the same wavelength.
car that literally pulled onto the front tire of his bicycle so that he could not get it out, so that he had no choice but to deal with law enforcement, who wasn't even a real cop, but rather a Russian impersonator, Xavier.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, Xavier. Round 3.
What day did you have the issue with the Russian impersonator cop and the vehicle pulling onto your front tire?
Last week.
So that was January of 2024.
Yeah, it was this month. It was like a few days ago. I remember this. Why is she asking Xavier? Xavier definitely doesn't have this like written down as a note on hand for you. Like, definitely not. This is a hard question for Xavier. I don't even know the exact date.
So we have recorded instances ranging over at least 4 years of police who are not real members of law enforcement doing God only knows what type of weird shit. And somehow and for some reason,
Yeah, probably.
I or Xavier continue to end up being the victims in these situations. What the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is going on, you guys?
And still, with all of that, we cannot get a call back from the law.
She's going a little nuts today. A little crazy day today.
It's fucking crazy. What do you even say anymore, right? I mean, what bigger crimes are there to report than rape, national domestic terrorism?
What is the national domestic terrorism, though? We named the Halloween contest that. The fucking domestic terrorist. Because that's what James will say, too. Oh, they're all domestic terrorists. What specifically is domestic? I would love to know the definition of it.
Impersonator law enforcement, unlawful evictions and displacements, hostile takeovers on properties. I've reported them all. Every single one of them.
I'm assuming she means like domestic terrorism, but on like a national level. Like someone's targeting the nation, not just like an establishment or a town or an individual, but the whole fucking nation, bro. That's what I think she means.
Yeah, here we are in our tent, 36 weeks pregnant. Xavier pisses me off all the time. I'm confused. I ask him why his district attorney brother, if he's so great, has not even offered us a visit, not even a meeting. I ask him what the fuck is going on with the apartment that we started in. Why can't we be there? His father lives there.
You don't get any answers? Maybe Xavier ain't your guy.
And sometimes I don't get any answer that makes sense. And then other times I just stop asking questions, and from the broken, I receive support from Xavier.
That doesn't sound like a healthy relationship, Heather. Even like as it's coming out of your mouth, you should probably recognize that. Like, only when I'm broken and I'm at my lowest is Xavier come and help me. But all the other times he's an asshole, or he's like cross-dressing, or he can't do anything for me. That doesn't sound good.
Xavier feeds me. He goes out in the night, and from my sponsors or himself or donors or whoever the fuck, he brings back food. When I wake up in the middle of the night crying in pain because my hips feel like they're in a vice grip because I'm laying on wood floors, 36-week pregnant. Yes, wood floors. I'm in a tent.
It's a piece of, I don't know what this is. It's not a wood floor though. I guess it's a piece of wood.
With a platform. This is the ground. This is a little wood platform because when it rains or snows, we were getting soaking wet, at all of our belongings soaking wet. So out of the trash, we found this little wood platform, and that is what I sleep on. That is what I sleep on. 36 weeks pregnant.
Wooden floor platform.
And when I wake up crying in pain, he rubs my back and helps me fall back asleep. And when I start thinking dark, he usually pulls me out of that place.
I mean, but would you even get to the dark places if you weren't with Xavier? Like, I don't know. I think she is a very codependent person, and I don't think anyone with a fucking house is gonna take her in, especially if she's pregnant, living in a tent with another guy. But if I was Heather, I'd be looking at other options. I'm just saying.
So here we are, 36 weeks pregnant. I was recording daily FTRs live on Instagram every morning, just showing where we were and what we were doing for the record. I got banned. I got banned for 24 days. They said I was violating the terms of service. They said that I posted nudity. I'm 36 weeks pregnant.
I mean, she posts her ass on Instagram, right? Whoops, that's the wrong button.
I haven't done any paid photo shoots that are nude since 2018, 17.
But you post like all of this stuff from all those days, all the time. She posts things. It's like a time capsule over there.
And they were private collection photo shoots that I didn't even get the results from. I didn't even get the photos from them.
Private photo shoots. Who got the photos?
How would I post nude photos? It's 2024. I have not worked a paid nude photo shoot. As a matter of fact, if you go to my modeling profile where I booked my paid gigs from, it specifically says, will you do nude modeling? No. No, I will not. No. It says it right there.
No, with a wink. Hit me up.
No. N-O. One of the most basic and universal words and easy to understand in the fucking world. No matter what country you go to, they pretty much get it. When you say no, it's no. But Instagram, for recording every single day, updates about I'm still being held in a tent for the love of God.
Was it the uniboob? Was it that one? Remember when her boobs looked really weird that day? Was it because of that?
They blocked me from going live for 24 days, rather. So here we are on YouTube. And then I ordered 4 items for the baby yesterday from Amazon. I ordered the Amazon Hub Locker. I paid extra for overnight shipping to receive the package by tomorrow, which is today, Sunday, January the 21st. And they took the money out and still have only shipped 3 of 4 items. And they're not due to arrive until Tuesday. The pacifiers might arrive today. And I call Amazon. And I'm hung up on 4 times. The 5th time.
Yeah, because it's 7 a.m. What do you want them to do at 7 a.m.? There's not gonna... Oh, chat's moving too fast. It's 7 a.m. What do you expect from them? My goodness, Heather.
I speak with a woman named, what was the woman's name? Pat. Pat.
Pat from Amazon is going to be the next target of her rant.
For 30 minutes, I'm on the phone with Pat.
Fucking Pat.
30 minutes. But that's...
I wonder how much of that 30 minutes was her like going on and on and on and on about her nonsense.
It's not before I went to Xavier. What stores did we go to today?
She talks to him like Dylan talks to Emma. What stores did we go to today? Yes or no? What the fuck? How do I answer that?
2 stores we went to.
Target
And
and TJ Maxx.
Target and TJ Maxx. Who the fuck has ever been? Raise your hand if you've been to Target or TJ Maxx. Pretty much everyone in the world, right?
Yeah,
With a pulse.
Yeah.
Xavier, did either one of those stores have a single baby item?
No.
Not a fucking single item. Not a bubble, not a bottle, not
We can't see you at all when you're that close, Heather.
a clothing, not a blanket, not a damn thing. Nothing. Not a single baby item. Target and TJ Maxx. What the fuck? So I order them on Amazon for overnight delivery and get robbed for the $12 or whatever and cents that
Robbed. I got robbed for the 12. It's 7 in the morning. Can you wait until at least fucking noon at least to see if it's not going to be there? Has she already walked to the drop-off place? It's not even open yet, probably.
I paid for the overnight delivery. And so I guess I'll just spend another 30 minutes on the phone to see if they'll refund that, but they'll say no.
Yeah, let's say, wait. Pat just probably fucking put you on hold. Spun around in his chair, and then was like, yeah, no, sir. You're gonna have to wait. And you were like, Pat was like, yeah, let me see what I can do. Put you on hold. Spin around in his chair. Maybe play some fucking Pokemon on the Switch, and then be like, yeah, I can't help you. And then, bada bing, bada boom, now you get this.
Just like they did the maternity hospital bag that I purchased at Christmas time when I was ordering my kids' Christmas gifts. They never sent it. They kept it. And they said that they don't owe me any money for it because they never charged my card the money for it.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Okay, but I ordered it as one of 6 or 7 items in a Christmas package, and you did charge my card for it. Yes, you did. What the fuck do you mean you're not going to give me a refund? And why is it that when Instagram starts acting up and socials start acting up, Amazon starts acting up? Why is that?
Maybe it's you, Heather. Maybe it's just like all of your problems are not problems, actually. And you just don't want to listen to anyone. And it's just the mood you're in that determines the outcomes to everything else.
Why would that be?
Maybe you're the problem.
Why would it be that Amazon, which otherwise functions perfectly without issue, all of a sudden, some of the best customer service I've ever received is from Amazon. The literal most reliable shipping service I have ever worked with. I'm talking way, way, way better than FedEx. Well, maybe not FedEx. I've never really worked with FedEx. FedEx is reliable. I take it back.
I'll take that one back. Everywhere else.
But when we're talking about shipping from purchases like Mercari purchases, Alibaba purchases, eBay purchases, Amazon is hands down the most reliable. You could get it literally 12 hours later. Literally. Unless you're me today. Unless you're in a high vibrational frequency and the motherfuckers around you don't like that. Then you may or may not get your package. And you may or may not spend 5 calls and 30 minutes on one of those 5 calls talking to Pat.
I love you, Pat.
With Amazon. So when you're a person who's trying to create wealth for your family and to put a roof over your children's heads and food in their stomachs, and you...
When did that come into it? Pat has nothing to do with any of that. You're trying to get what? Pacifiers, which is not food, shelter, or anything. You have a fucking tent that leaks everywhere. You're failing at all these things you're describing. It's not Pat's fault.
You have to spend 5 hours. 5 calls, a half hour, maybe 20 minutes each. So what is that, an hour? And you still don't get any assurance if your package is going to come. And all of these things are happening all at the same time. All of them. My car is supposedly in a safe place in Valdosta, Georgia. As I was told by the person who had the car, he literally said to me, "Oh my God, your situation is terrible. I understand. I will not charge you for anything but the tow. I will not charge you storage. You call me when you have your plane ticket and when you're going to come down here and pick it up." I call a year later. The guy, no rush. Everything's fine. I call a year later. Some other third party's taken over. Xavier says he sounds like an inbred. And
what did you send Xavier, or did you tell him to call this guy? Can you call the guy that has the car? Okay. Sounds like a fucking inbred. I don't know where the car is.
And he tells Xavier that they sold my car at auction because why the fuck would they hold my car? They don't have space. That's a lie. Supposedly this is a several thousand lot space, thousands of spaces in Valdosta, Georgia, with no rush for me to pick
Just fields of cars stolen again, right?
up my vehicle, and it's safe there, and I just have to come up with the $50 to cover the tow. But I'm dealing with that, and now they're saying that they've auctioned my vehicle. I just paid the car off.
Maybe he was just casually mentioning inbred shit as the conversation went along. He's like, don't you love just fucking your family members? And Xavier's like, yeah, I don't know about this guy. I don't know, Heather. I don't. You should get the car out of there.
I paid the car off 2 months before they destroyed it mechanically. Valdosta, Georgia. Dealing with some fucking crooks here. A whole line of them.
Yeah, I remember something like that too. She called last week and said it would be $2,000. Or wait, not 20,000? 2,000. How many zeros is that? Am I seeing double? Hold on. I don't know what I'm seeing. I got really good eyes. Don't worry about it. Okay, I did press the button.
Wake me up at 1 a.m. My lip is literally about to fall off. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Put some hydrogen peroxide in my ears and try to go back to sleep. Jump on here to see if there's anyone worthwhile. Anyone with a badge in the audience? Anyone want to give some perspective? Anyone care to explain how it's legal or even possible for that matter for me to still be in this situation 4 years later?
We do the same thing every day. You're going to do the same results every day. I mean, you've got this living in a tent thing fucking down at least, right? So much so you didn't go to the hotel when you had enough money to, which is insane to me. It got fucking really cold. You just lived in the tent. That's insane to me. That's insane. Was she eating cookies? It is insane, yes. Actually, it's insane.
If I don't say it enough, and for the record, I'd like to press charges criminally as well as civilly against everyone involved in this. I've never agreed nor given my consent to be a part of this in the real world, nor in any sort of virtual reality experience. I would like to press charges against everyone involved.
In the virtual world and the real world, you're going to have to call up some Digimon lawyers.
Korean wafers.
Korean wafers? I don't know what those are.
I don't do drugs. I never have. If you know, you know.
Yeah, like Michael Scott. I declare bankruptcy. So what she means when she's eating human? She doesn't like chicken because it tastes too much like humans. In the Korean wafers.
Oh. And also, so it's trying to get belongings for my baby, checking on the 3 big kids every day, multiple times a day, trying to sort through why I'm still being physically prevented contact and regular life with my children and family. And then these motherfuckers have the audacity, audacious, to send me a message through the Illinois Vine system, victim services system.
We already went over this, but she signed up for that back when Dylan was actually in jail, probably, to know if he was in or out or whatever. And it's still going to notify you if you don't like unsubscribe from it. So I guess she still has the same number too, which is insane. So it's been notifying her of Dylan's hearings and shit because he has to go to court for the Marissa stuff. And she's saying that they are doing this to her.
Strawberry milk, Korean. Stating that the offender in my case, a domestic violence case from January 6, 2024. Xavier, where was I January 6, 2024? Along with every other fucking day in January.
Xavier has had a lot of call-ins in this one.
So far.
I don't know what he said, but she didn't like that answer. She shook her head angrily.
In the laundromat.
What?
What?
Have I resided at any
Gotta pick a different way to ask him.
residence or been in the presence of any person other than yourself and this tent since 8 weeks ago?
No.
Okay.
What happened 8 weeks ago? Xavier should have just said this tent. Usually, the simplest answer and whatever is like gonna be, he should know what it's music to Heather's ears. I don't know how he's gotten this far without having like his head chopped off yet.
Great. So I was in this fucking tent. Maybe I went to do laundry. Who knows?
Oh, because he said laundromat. That's what he said, laundromat. Where was I? Laundromat. Xavier's a fucking gem, bro.
I most certainly was not involved in a domestic violence dispute with Dylan Smith. What the fuck?
Oh, but yeah, that has nothing to do with you. It has to do with Marissa. Someone really needs to tell her this. Someone needs to go and like tell her directly.
But that's what they're alleging. Sending me victim services, telling me, show up, report to 555 West Harrison in the morning for court. They tell me this on January 6th.
Oh, can you picture Heather showing up in court and Dylan and Marissa are there? And then she's like, they put Dylan and Marissa there.
You're the plaintiff in a domestic battery case against Dylan Smith. I've not even seen Dylan since 2020. It's 2024.
This is also really weird too, because like if she thinks they're actually going to pursue justice against her or justice for her against Dylan, I think she'd be happy, but she's pissed. She's pissed about it for some reason. Everything about Heather makes no sense.
36 weeks pregnant.
Yeah, why is she mad? She would be literally getting what she's been bitching about for all this time. But she's like, what the fuck?
You know, and it'd be one thing if all this shit was happening and I was flowing with it.
I mean, yeah, she could just be mad because she's pregnant. I guess like I didn't take that into consideration.
As it came about, doing the intelligent, proper, rational, practical, best thing to handle the situation, which
I would do a smoke break. I think we're almost done though, and then I got nothing else for you guys, unless you guys want to do like a GoPro solo podcast thing. We could do one of those. I don't know how. What's wrong with my thumb? It's not cracking. I think we're on 5 of that.
I do. I call the number on the victim notification and I tell them everything. How many hours have I spent on the phone with these motherfuckers?
Yeah, I should end this thing.
Why did you stop?
All right, we can do a podcast when we get back. So I think there's, let me just check, 8 plus 9. Well, that's not right. So there's like 11 minutes. There's like 11 minutes. We can do smoke break now then, and then we can finish this up and then do the podcast, and then I can prep it while the smoke break's happening. So yeah, it's been like an hour 30. Usually we do it at an hour, so we'll do it now. And yeah, wonder Pat from Amazon likes it. 5. That'd be pretty dope, right? Maybe. You never know. You never know. All right. Give me 1 second here, guys. I will be right back. I wish we could play. We can't play any of the fun stuff anymore. They copyright everything except for. Hold on.
Rattering bam. Mattering bam. Battering ma'am. Battering ma'am. Battering ram.
All right, I'll be back. Okay. Okie dokie. What? I'm back. Back in black. All right, let's get this. It's warm in here. Actually, it's fucking cold outside. That's why it's probably warm in here. All right, so we'll finish this up. I got 2 of them. I gotta do the banner. Hold on. I always forget to take that off. I have the 5th episode and the 6th episode. Actually, to be safe, I should probably just get the 7th as well because I don't know. This 6th episode's only 7 minutes. So if we have listened to the 5th, I don't know if we have or we haven't. Oh shit. I pressed the wrong thing there. Oh no. Okay, we're good. I won't get there's all of them up just in case. And that was all of them. You only did 7. For whatever reason. But that was 40 minutes. We're definitely not going to get through that one. But just in case. Then we'll have at least all of them up. So yeah, let's finish this up. And then we'll watch or listen to at least 1 or 2 of those.
Several hours. I always have Xavier here as a witness, and I always go live when I do it. And I recorded in my phone and his phone, and then I post it online.
So there's 2 angles. She's eating,
5 degrees.
chewing.
5 degrees outside. 5 degrees.
Looks weird. It's light.
Yeah, I know. But I spend hours making these calls and being a responsible, practical, logical person, just like anyone. If your identity is being used in an accused domestic violence situation from 2024 with an offender that you've not even heard of since 2020, you have to call, right? And I call.
You haven't heard of Dylan since 2020. You don't talk about Dylan every fucking day in some way or another.
And the women who answer are shocked. They have no idea. We've never heard of that. What the fuck do you mean you've never heard of it? This number is the number sending me a text message saying to call this number when I get this message. Here I am. Hello. Can I send
It's me, Heather Gillespie.
you a screenshot via email? We don't have email. Okay.
I'd say that to so many people. I could send you an email. I can't take an email. Sorry.
Welcome to the 1960s where we don't have email and we don't.
No, it's like a security reason because you could send like something over email, and if you open it, it could be bad. So it's just like a security thing. You can't. I don't think there's anyone you can really email shit to, at least in a customer support capacity, unless you're like going really high up. Then maybe I
don't know what the Vine system is for victims and offenders. Like, where are we? Did I just fall face first into a fucking DeLorean?
What? A DeLorean? Why don't you call Vine? Why are you calling the police?
DeLorean? DeLorean?
Did you fall into a DeLorean? All right, what the fuck are you talking? Good night, BCG. I hope you have a great night. Yeah, you've already seen this. It's pretty wild. And we're almost done anyways. But no, I hope you have a good night.
This is 2024. Evolve.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, there's a DeLorean in Back to the Future. It just she's gotta elaborate a bit for me to know what the fuck she means. She said delirium at first, so I was like, well, I don't know what that is. I thought she meant like deliriousness. That's Heather. But yeah, she fell into a DeLorean and went back in time to the 60s where there's no email.
Evolved America. Is it not? Pardon me, I just burped strawberry milk.
Good night, Aunt Stacy.
I'm not writing shit. Not a damn word.
DeLorean. Maybe we should name a song after that. We should write a song about Heather. Name it DeLorean.
I have 447 pages written about all of the ways that I've been abused prior to Montclair and up to Montclair. The last 18 months have had its own novel. Sexual assault, getting my face stomped on while in the tent, dragged 7
Your feet or her face?
feet down the street, having a transvestite impersonating Xavier drag me down the street by my wrist while he was on a bicycle.
Xavier dragged you by your wrist while he was on a bicycle? First off, it's kind of impressive because I'd imagine that'd be very hard to do. But also, like, what scenario did this happen in?
Pulling me down the street on a bicycle by my wrist, burning back skin off, dressed as a woman, and Xavier.
Couldn't you just like put your foot in the spokes or something? Like you could. No one's gonna drag me by my wrists on a bicycle. On a bike, you could knock him over. He's on a bicycle.
Dressed as Xavier, dressed as a woman. I could not make this shit up. I have video.
You did just make that up. I don't believe that. Xavier, you gotta speak up for yourself.
Of it all. Photos of it all.
Yeah, how'd you take a photo of this? All that has happened. It's just like a first-person view of her wrists. Ah! Oh my god. Fucking Heather. Yeah, made up BS. She's just being crazy.
36 weeks pregnant.
Whoa.
Who the fuck wakes up a 36-week-old pregnant woman? 36-week pregnant woman at 1 o'clock in the morning and refuses to allow her to go back to sleep. Just badgers and badgers and badgers and badgers. Who does?
I don't know. Are you saying Xavier did that?
Does that? Write it all down. Okay. Suck a big fat one. The fuck? Write it all down. The fuck do I look like to you?
I don't know. You said you were writing it down. Anyways, those lights are blinding. I'm blinded by those lights. Revved up like a demon on the middle of the night. I think it's Xavier. I think she means Xavier's badgering her.
Well, no, they're used to holding people in this position of victimization.
Or fake Xavier.
Criminal records, drug problems, true mental health issues. They're not used to dealing with someone who has a fucking education and hundreds of thousands
I think she was reading the comments too, yeah.
of witnesses who can attest to their character. That makes things a little tricky.
This is where the thumbnail came from. She's deep in thought here. And I was like, this is a good thumbnail.
I was reading over some of the letters of recommendation that the doctors at Northwestern gave me. Thinking about how I would work 50, 60 hours off the clock after 40 because they didn't want to pay overtime. And I was literally assisting an obscene number of doctors at any given time.
How she just picks like random spots in her past to go back to, and then she just starts bitching about it.
And I wasn't providing half-assed work to them. I was giving them all a full-time assistant. I think when you speak comparatively to me and other assistants that only had one doctor, the number of times the doctor would look for the assistant at their desk or call them and them not be at their desk, we would have the same ratios. And I was reporting to 6 to 8 different physicians at any given time, plus the entire 23rd floor of internal medicine doctors. I was doing their diabetic education, glucometer training, et cetera, and so forth.
Etc. And so for the probably could I was like, I won't do a bingo card because there's just one thing. I think she said pretty much all the stuff that'd be on the bingo card. I should have said one.
And I literally feel as though the ratios would be the same as an assistant working with just one doctor. Like, she'd be away from her desk either at lunch or in the restroom or on the phone the same amount of time, unavailable to her doctor the same number of times that I would, but I was responding to literally 8 on my floor at any given time. And then random calls from the 23rd floor for diabetic education. There's no me creating a problem. There's a deficit. I'm asked to do something or have displayed that I can and am able to do it, agree to do it under the terms that I'm doing it for my doctor. More doctors need that service. In conversation, they realize that I can do that service, that they don't need to hire a second diabetic educator, Melissa Sujak, and whoever they were thinking of hiring after her, because it's cheaper.
Why are you just dropping random people's names? Melissa Sujak. This dumb bitch took my job. Probably she's more qualified and didn't like bring all this to work.
Pay a medical assistant who's working as an administrator than it is to bring in more diabetic educators. It's cheaper to pay a woman who has proven time and time again that if the work isn't done, she will stay an extra 10 hours off the clock and get it done. Because management is not the person who signs your paycheck and is not the person who reviews your work. You respond to a doctor. Your doctor is the one who's going to say, is the work done or is it not done? The office manager is just nothing other than the puppet. Yeah, I know what Hicks was saying, and I don't agree with it.
Yeah. What Abraham Hicks was saying, and she didn't agree with it.
That you're in a cycle of creating your own problems to solve the problems so that you can receive accolades for solving the problems. I'm pretty sure I didn't create diabetes.
What do you have diabetes?
Abraham. I'm pretty sure I didn't create a deficit in diabetic educators.
What the fuck is she talking about?
And I'm pretty sure I had nothing to do with incorporating electronic medical records into these offices.
I think she's describing like stuff about her job that she used to have. But yeah, like no, diabetes would make sure you had work, I'm assuming. What the fuck is she talking about?
Which had its own issues with patient care and efficiency. You take an entire staff of doctors who don't know shit about a computer, who are used to writing things down on a piece of...
Heather, you don't know how to work your phone, honey. I don't think like what the... Let's just hear it. Let's hear her out.
Paper. And you tell them, not only do we want you to take everything you've done in the last 10 years and upload it.
She's like waving her body around.
It to the cloud.
The cloud.
We want you to keep seeing patients, and if you can't keep up, we're going to fire you.
Oh, yeah, so she couldn't learn the cloud, so she got fired. I'm assuming that's what happened.
You have these fucking doctors who they type like this.
What the fuck? Stomping.
This is their IT experience. Do you have your mouse?
She did work at a hospital as like a front desk administrative person. She's not a doctor. She's not a nurse. I guess she's kept their scheduling for him or something. But supposedly, based off the people who worked there, like she was never at her desk and stuff. Oh yeah, Kenny, she's something.
This is their IT experience. Heather, can you please page IT? I'm clicking. It's not working. And you want...
Sure, I can't say it. I was going to say she reminds me of someone, but I can't say the someone. Kenny will be like, don't do it, Steve.
These doctors, to do the job of a superhero on crack.
She sounded like a queen right now, though.
See 20 to 40 patients a day. Abstract all of their pertinent medical record information from the paper chart into the electronic medical record. Answer incoming phone calls, schedule incoming appointments, refer, etc. and so forth. Manage care on patients who have test results incoming. And I'm the one creating problems because I'm there helping everyone. Hold on. Abraham. Come on, man. Can you give this a little bit more of an objective, universal perspective for me? Because, come on.
Yeah, Abraham. Look what you've done this morning. You got it really fucking upset.
I'm not the one out here creating problems. My patients are coming to me confused as
You don't have patience. You know when you worked there, and you don't anymore anyways. You don't work there anymore. But when you did, the doctors had patience. The nurses, I don't know if nurses technically have patience. But you just scheduled shit.
fuck calling me with 300 questions after being diagnosed with something. So guess what I did? Xavier, do you know what I did?
Uh-oh. Xavier, pay attention.
They called me and said, Heather, I was just diagnosed with, this rheumatological disorder. I was ordered to take a prednisone taper. I don't know what the fuck a prednisone taper is. I'm confused here. And what was the name of the thing that the doctor said that I had? No, not that one, the other one. And do I need, okay. And do I start that tomorrow or? So enough of these calls, I decided to create a frequently asked questions board for every fucking diagnosis in existence.
Yeah, I'd love to see Heather's frequently asked questions board for all the things in existence so she could just kick back and relax.
Everyone, there must have been 60 common diagnoses. And every question that I got from these patients, I created trifold pamphlets, created them myself, copy and pasted the information from reliable sources, had it checked by my doctors first, had display boards put up in their exam rooms.
No one asked her to do this?
With all of the questions.
With all of the Jesus, Heather, calm the fuck down. Calm down. I get it. I don't really get it. I don't believe this, but if this were true, I kind of get it. Okay, calm down.
And answers that these people would have. Abraham, is that me and
Abraham? She's pissed at Abraham, bro. Yeah. I think this is all about Abraham, guys.
inventing fucking problems too? I am a proactive team player with the ability to work independently. I am ready, willing, give me, if it doesn't include being physically or sexually attacked. What the fuck do you want from me?
So that's how it ends. She don't like Abraham. She's mad. She's a little mad. All right, so let's do love is love. Love is love. All right. What is this? I hope they see this live. Well, hopefully they've seen it enough. What do you want from me, Abraham? What do you want from me? I made fucking display boards however many years ago when I wasn't asked to by anybody, and they probably threw them out because Heather Gillespie made them. We're battering Ram. We're what? We're mad at Abraham. I just read everything as battering Ram now. All right, so this is the. Let's see if this rings any bells.
Just go pro solo, Coco Chanel YSL.
I can't hear it. Max volume, max power. Remember when Homer renamed himself to Max Power?
Heather Gillespie, Heather Coco Senza.
I still can't fucking hear. Can you guys hear it?
Coming in live for episode 5. Woo! So excited to be here with you guys for my 5th episode.
Oh, I did at the beginning of the stream. She said that her kid was in a car crash, which if that's true, that's very sad. And then she sent me pictures of the car crash. Those 2 cars smashed together. I didn't see anything else. So, but I did because I'm an asshole. I reverse image searched it and nothing came back. So maybe this is real. But other than that, I don't have anything else. I just have the. Do I still have it here? I do. Hold on. So sorry, I didn't make it. My daughter got hit by a car. Wow. I mean, it looked like a car crash. Maybe she meant like inside of another car. She's in the hospital, and here's proof. Since people think I'm a liar, but she didn't post any proof here. She sent me pictures of cars smashed together. So when there's further developments, I'll let you guys know for sure. Let me see. Maybe she responded to me. She's like, let me just check. Let me check. We'll check two things real quick. We will check. She still hasn't responded to the thing I sent yesterday at noon or read it. So maybe she's in the hospital. I'm going to try to give her the benefit of the doubt. We'll check her YouTube channel real quick. Miss Cassie. And she posted any video 6 months ago, 2 days ago. Any shorts? No. Community post? No. I don't know. I don't think she's been active. But I've only checked those two things. But so far, yeah, I'll keep you guys updated.
So Xavier's here. I am doing my makeup while I talk to you guys, so we're just gonna talk it out. I'm prepping for a photo shoot, and in this time of my life, you have to understand that so far all we've talked about is the abuse that led me to where I am now. What you don't know is that I've always been on my own since a very young girl. I had my family available, like I could call and say, hi, how are you? I love you. I saw them for holidays. But for the most part, I've been on my own since I was a very young girl. At age 14, my mom sent me to this boot camp style school called Tranquility Bay. You guys may remember Paris Hilton doing a Provo Canyon campaign against these behavior modification programs for kids.
Did we hear this? I don't know. If we heard this already, let me know. So this is from, I think, like 9 months ago. This might still be on SoundCloud. So she put it on SoundCloud, and then she took them all off SoundCloud, and then she put them back on like a couple weeks ago, randomly. I was like, we're gonna bring it back, but I don't think she really brought it back. But I haven't listened to them all. There's like 7 episodes. This is episode 5, but we might have heard it. So I don't remember talking about Paris Hilton. Yeah, Paris Hilton used to say such catchphrases as "That's hot." So I don't know. We'll see. I'll play a bit more. But if you guys remember already listening to this, let me know, and then we can just move on to the next one, which is only 7 minutes.
She was actually sent to one as a child, so we've heard of these, kinds of schools in media. The one I went to was shut down for numerous counts of abuse on minors or negligence on minors. I personally saw them break a guy's arm and some other things. So it was in rural Jamaica, St. Elizabeth. I was there for a year. I didn't know I was going. It was my 14th birthday. I lived with my aunt at the time, and my mom called me and said for a religious retreat we would be going, and a combined birthday gift, that we would be going to Jamaica. And I was super, super stoked.
We listened to this on me? On the Mia? On the Mia? I don't know what a Mia is. On the Mia. It's the... We listened to it on that? Good night, guys. Well, good night, CD. Fuck am I saying? I think these podcasts are, yeah, they are pretty much mindless dribble. Just making me crazy. I don't know. We'll go to the next one, I guess. Hold on. I'll keep playing it.
So she picks me up, early in the morning, and my aunt, I believe, came with us, and they already had my stuff packed. And it was weird because my stuff was packed in a Rubbermaid bin. And I was like, why wouldn't they just put my stuff in a luggage? This is so weird. And we get to the airport, and I was listening to a Discman at the time. Ludicrous Word of Mouth was my music choice.
We have listened to this. We've listened to this. At least I have. I remember being like commenting about this. Anyways, here, we'll go to the next one. I was gonna do a poll saying like, should we just go to the next one? But we'll just go to the next one because if you haven't heard that, it'll be in the last one or the one before that. Whatever other whatever other Heather stream we did, where I was listening to these. I think it was the last one.
What's going on, guys? Heather Coco Senza here. Coco Chanel YSL, Heather Gillespie, reporting live from the financial district, downtown Chicago, Illinois. This is the Coco Show podcast episode 6 or 7. I'm pretty sure this is 6, but it could be 7. What's going on, guys? I wanted to get right into it. I continue to find myself incredibly frustrated with a lot of the shit that I can't help but notice going on around me.
Yeah, and I wasn't Friday was crazy because we watched like all of her stuff, and then I had to read like all of those screenshots, which is like 60 screenshots. So I don't think we watched any of the podcast, but the week before, if you watched that one we were just listening to right before this for like a minute, that we did listen to it on. At least I'm pretty sure.
One thing I have brought up, a while ago, 3-4 years ago, was abuse and unfair treatment of people who are being coined as quote unquote mentally ill. If you guys remember when COVID launched in 2019, they also launched a huge campaign to protect and advocate for mental health and mental illness, and everyone needs to rest, and everyone stay home, and everyone, you work too hard. And I am a huge advocate of that. I'm just wondering when it's going to be my turn. Xavier, when is it going to be our turn to rest? So let's go into that a little bit more. COVID came.
You think Casey is a troll and she's in here now under her main? Well, Casey has like a YouTube channel and stuff where she does a morning show. And I don't know. Maybe she's a troll. If she's a troll, she should have just said she was a troll. Unless it's all part of her 4D chess move. I don't know. It's interesting in a way. Till she annoys me. Nah. She's like, I feel really bad. I feel like your kid's whoopsies actually in the hospital. That'd be bad, right?
And all of a sudden, I was separated from my 3 children, who I've been the primary custodial parent of their entire lives, from birth through January 2020. They lived with me. I took care of them at least 4 or 5 days out of the week, and then they spent weekends primarily with their fathers while I went to work. I cannot tell you a single more rewarding job than being a mom. Every single day, no matter what kind of bullshit you have to deal with, coming home, even if they're like acting up and being like devilish, as soon as they fall asleep, go in there and look at your child's face. There is nothing that can put your heart back together after it's been broken, like knowing your child is safe, warm, happy, sleeping, calm. I mean, it's...
She can't. She's gonna live in this tent forever, Kat. Forever.
Just, there are no words. Being separated from that, it has brought out things in me that I, quite frankly, never wanted to know exist. That before the separation didn't exist. And I'm talking about mindsets and attitudes and even judgments. I saw the world from this perspective of, what I had endured. And I thought I had gone through it all. I worked from the ground up, got my first job at 14 years old in a pizza place for Berto's in Elmhurst, Illinois. answering phone.
Wait, it was at a pizza place? Where's TD? TD taught me that it was at the movie theater. Unless she's just lying and she's making it up. She's rewriting history about the pizza place.
Phones and fulfilling orders. I think I was on a work permit. I was so young. Paying taxes, early age.
I love that. I love that, Pat from Amazon. Or Michelle, but I'll call you Pat from Amazon for now.
15, I was working at York Movie Theater. I worked at Noodles and Company in Naperville. The list goes on and on. I've been working since I was 14 years old, since I was too young to legally be permitted to work without a work permit from my high school. That means I've also been W-2'd and paying taxes since that time.
Wait, she actually said pizza manager was her first job ever?
So even though I haven't had, a lot of money in the bank, I've been okay. I've been okay. I've been able to feed myself and my children, put clothes on our back and a roof over our head for the most part. Definitely had late payments, definitely had missed payments. It was not easy, but nonetheless, I made it happen always. And so being in this perspective of separation from my 3 children, I'm working on the production for the show. I've decided, to redirect from shooting mostly sexy content to mostly statement pieces, controversial, but more than
statement pieces.
Controversial, the things that need to be addressed, the things that I see going on, the things affecting us each day, the things that bring me pain, the things that bring me upset, turning those things into topics for enjoyment, to chuckle at, to distract yourself. That's the goal with the webisodes that are coming out, the GoPro Solo webisode series. The podcast is kind of like food for thought. Xavier said mixed media.
I love Xavier's contributions.
The podcast is a place that I am going to link directly to the blog. For any of you who have been, loyal since my days with many vids and Cam Soda, or even who just started following at the Love After Lockup era, thank you, first of all. I love you so much. For any of you who have met me on the street or through some sort of rumor being spread or false narrative and given me a chance, thank you. I love you too. I really appreciate that. But I just can't really put it together how to transition out of where I am, feeling so hateful, feeling so hopeless, into my normal, bubbly, happy self again. And, I'm sure it'll come back tomorrow, but I'm feeling really shitty today, you guys.
I've never seen her bubbly.
And every day I cry about the kids. But what's more is I don't have any answers. I don't have any understanding. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. Love your families. Love your children.
Love is love.
Hug them, kiss them, be patient with them. Because even though we're all human and we all fuck up and we all lose patience and we all, catch an attitude sometimes, it seems like the world is growing more and more unforgiving than forgiving. I don't know how else to describe it. I hope that you guys have different experiences. I truly do. And that this is unique to me, but someone alleged that I was narcissistic and a narcissist because I thought I was the only one being targeted. When I look around me, I don't see another single homeless person sleeping in a tent who looks like me. I don't see another person homeless who is in our age group sleeping in a tent with a college education. I don't see
Because you don't have a college education. I mean, wouldn't that be something?
Another person who looks like me or Xavier or in our age group or demographic who's being oppressed. When I look around at where we're sleeping at night, we are alone in that. And I don't
Well, then who's bugging you and waking you up? It's either you or Xavier then.
understand that for the life of me. So that leads me to believe that we're growing up in unforgiving times. We're maturing in
Right, Liz? Yeah, privileged homeless.
unforgiving moments where people are just not able to catch up and or too far ahead, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of in the middle of all that from my perspective. But anyways, guys, thank you for listening. I had to just kind of be a bad vibe for a moment, and I apologize for that. I'm fucking irritated. I've been outside for too long. I worked my entire life to not have to be in this position. You know, I went to college with 3 young babies. I worked during that time in factories. Have you ever worked in a factory? You ever?
Yeah, I've worked in a factory before. It's crazy because the way she talks, like if Sprinks was saying all this, I'd be like, I feel bad for Sprinks. I gotta go help her. So it's scary because I think like other people could probably hear Heather talking like this and be like, oh, maybe she's legit, but she's not. It's Heather Gillespie. She's crazy.
Done a 12-hour shift in a factory? Pregnant? I didn't think so.
No, I wasn't pregnant. Oh, that's it. That was the thing. All right, I'm tired, so I'm gonna end it there. Yeah, she did not. She did not graduate high school. But I hope you guys have a great night. That was just kind of like a bonus one. Because if I save that for Friday and she does any other live streams or just the stories, like it's gonna be a crazy ass long stream on Friday. So to avoid that, I did this today. And tomorrow, we'll either do Gala Sisters or James Soroka Origins or something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. And I will see you guys all then. And if not tomorrow, then the day after. Like if I'm just too tired to come on tomorrow. I don't know if that'll happen. Probably not. But I'll see you when I see you. Have a great night, guys.